Folks. Today we're going to talk about how to make changes to your program assessment map. We're going to cover three primary functions: changing your assessment plan, adding a new course to your program assessment map, and then finally making alterations to your program student learning outcomes. So let's start with the first one, changing your assessment plan, making minor changes. You've logged into Taskstream and you find the program that you hope to make changes to. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to look at healthcare management. You're going to want to go to the assessment and planning workspace for your program. And just click right there. And you're going to see all of the same options as before on the left-hand side here. We're interested in the standing requirements, and in particular, we're interested in the assessment map. Now, when you click here, you're going to see two assessment maps. One is for your program student learning outcomes, and one focuses on the institutional student learning outcomes. We're hoping to consolidate these in the future, but for the time being, we have two separate maps. Right now we're interested in the healthcare management assessment map, or whatever program you're editing. You're interested in the assessment map. Before you can make changes, of course, you have to check the workspace out, and then you can select edit map over here on the right hand side. Now don't worry, selecting editing map or edit map isn't going to make any changes right away. You can always cancel the changes that you make. Okay, so it opens up at full size. I gotta shrink this down for us a little bit here so that you folks can see what's going on. There we go. That makes it a little bit better. Let me shrink it down even a little bit more so that you folks can see the top and the bottom of this map. There we go. That ought to do the trick. The first thing you're going to notice when you open this up is that you have all of your program student learning outcomes up here at the top. Okay. And then you have your courses on the left-hand side. These letters, C indicates a competency point, and M indicates a mastery point, as shown down here in the legend. And I'm going to show you how to change those in just a second here. Let's say hypothetically you want to assess HSMB 200 or a 200 level course for your first program goal. All I have to do is click here and it'll select it as a competency point. If you select again, it will choose it as a mastery point, and if you select again, it'll get rid of it altogether. So that's the same if you want to get rid of a course as an assessment component for a given program student learning outcome. Let's say, oh, you don't want to use HSMB 307 anymore. We just get rid of it altogether. Okay, so the changes are relatively easy to make in that respect, and that's how you change the assessment plan. Now, adding a course is a little bit different. You have this plus mark over here where you can insert a course, and this is really nice. Right now we have kind of a linear setup where we have level 100, 200, 300. Everything is kind of set up in the order that it's sequenced in the classes, or at least we've done our best at making that the case. So if you want to add a new course in any of these areas, you just select Insert Course. It's going to give you the opportunity to add the number. Let's just say 0305 or something like that. Course title, we'll say this is Healthcare Insanity. And we won't worry about the description too much right now. We'll create that. And as you can see, Healthcare Insanity is now a lovely course embedded within the Healthcare Management Assessment map. Now, if we want to delete the course or activity, we just click here, confirm that we want to get rid of it, and now Healthcare Insanity is gone. That's wonderful. Okay, so those are two of the easier functions, and this new setup actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is relatively new, this setup on the side. It's more intuitive and a little bit easier. There are some action options up here at the top where you can create new categories, create new course activity maps, and copy from another map. We're not going to worry about those today. We're just looking at the basic functions. So for the time being, we've taken care of everything that we wanted to change. We can save this. I'm going to cancel just in case I made a mistake and accidentally clicked on something so that nothing is changed. Then we're going to check this in for the time being because we have to actually go somewhere else to change the PSLOs and the PSLO mapping. We come up to the department and program goals, if I'm not mistaken. We actually may, yeah, this is different. Learning objectives and outcomes is where we're going to go for this. Boom. So here you'll see that we have all of the program student learning outcomes listed and all of the mapping on the right hand side. And we've already started aligning the ISLOs to each of these outcomes in the hopes that we can eventually consolidate the two assessment maps down the road. So we check this out and we have the opportunity to create a new outcome, okay, so that we can add any new program outcomes that we might want to add to our program. Let's say hypothetically that we want to add, well, we may as well continue with this theme of healthcare insanity. Seems to be appropriate given the political climate surrounding healthcare right now. And a description. We could just say ISLO number 1, communication, something like that. And we can continue with that. Now it says, would you like to update other areas with these changes? Now typically you're going to want to update these areas with those changes. I'm not going to go through with that because I don't want to go through the hassle of having to delete everything afterwards. But yes, you would select these two and you would update selected areas and then you'd be all set to go. We're just going to go back here and make sure that we have not added healthcare insanity. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. That's okay, though, because we have the option to delete that particular program goal here. So we'll get rid of that. Boom. There we go. Thank goodness. Now that is gone, correct? We're all happy and ready to go and move forward. Now let's just look at how the changes here will be reflected in the map down the road. So we're looking at program outcome number 4 and we'll select edit and we're going to put in here, let's just go back really quickly actually. How did we word ISLO number 2 critical thinking? Okay, so we're going to edit this one and we're just going to add ISLO number 2 critical thinking here, okay? And we're going to update that and we're going to update selected areas. We're going to say boom, boom. And you can see we're doing the curriculum map and the healthcare management assessment map. We're going to update the selected areas. And then I'm not going to check this in because we're going to return to this momentarily. Now, if you go back to your assessment map here, and you select the assessment map, you're going to notice that the change you just made has now been added to your map here, right? So that comes in real handy. Now we're going to go back to those learning objectives and outcomes so that we can get rid of that. Right here. And we're going to edit this again, and we're just going to get rid of that. And then we're going to update, and they're going to do the same thing. Are you sure you want to do this? Update the selected areas. You can go back and check your assessment map if you want to. Let's check this in. Go back to the assessment map, and you will see once again that the change has been made to the assessment map. So there we have it, folks. We talked really briefly about changing your assessment plan with competency and mastery points and adding courses to the assessment map, and then changing the PSLOs. We'll talk a little bit about changing the PSLO mapping in another tutorial. I think that about does it for this one. Thanks a lot, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.